What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. And today, I gotta fix the title. Yeah, I do that too. But, because I didn't have the title up right the first time, what we're going to do today is we're going to make my prediction for if the Stanley Cup playoffs started today. This was posted earlier today before any of the games started, so these will be changed. Like, the Lightning are now in the Bruins spot after the win. But we're not going to count that right now. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a hassle. We'll try to guess all that. So we're just going to go with what it was yesterday. Yeah, earlier today, technically, before the game. But, okay. Okay, so it'll be my predictions if the NHL playoffs started today. My predictions if the NHL playoffs started today. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. I have my first thumbnail up, my main thumbnail for today's podcast, so W thumbnail in the chat. Yeah, I'm be doing this today, and then tomorrow, I forgot already. I have this stuff written down for a reason. No judging. First of all, tomorrow for my Twitch stream, I'm gonna be doing my NFL playoff predictions since they start on Saturday. I'm gonna be doing that on this computer for my Twitch stream tomorrow. Hey, hold up. Okay. So today I'm doing for tomorrow I'm doing my playoff predictions at the stand. So my predictions for the standings by the end of the season. So it's gonna be what I predict the playoff bracket's gonna look like at the end of the season. And Saturday I'm gonna be tier listing on tier list on every NHL team at the halfway mark of the season, and then Saturday, January 25th, is January power rankings. So yeah, got that. Oh, let me fix my mic. There we go. Much better. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And just again, it's before today's game. So if it actually was how it is right now, it would be the Lightning and the Panthers. But there's also other games going on right now, and I think I would update it, but there's other games going on right now, so it wouldn't be fair if I only updated for one team. So I think we're just going to go with this. The Lightning did win today. 4-1 over the Bruins, funny enough. What happened to the Wild? The Avalanche up 6-1 now. What happened to the Wild today? That was pretty embarrassing. That was pretty embarrassing pretty quick. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Starting with the Winnipeg Jets hosting the Avalanche. In case you didn't know, every single series is a 7-game series. So, this, in my opinion, would go to Colorado Avalanche in about, I'm going to say, 7 games. I think the special teams is pretty even. Because the way that Winnipeg's going to beat teams is Hellebuck playing out of his mind and the special teams. I think the Avalanche got the special teams on par. I like Mackenzie Blackwood a lot. Mackenzie Blackwood's been phenomenal for them. He's been off the charts. So, in the 5-on-5 play for the Avalanche, blow the Jets 5-on-5 play out of the water any day of the week. So, what I mean, like, the Avalanche are better. Because I think the only way the Jets have a chance of winning this series is if Hellebuck gets around a .935 save percentage, which is kind of ridiculous. I think it's possible. I think Hellebuck's going to have a great playoff this time, but I think the Avalanche are just a bad matchup for the Winnipeg Jets. Gustafsson just played yesterday, I think. 2 days ago, so no. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he played like 2 days ago to get to the Blues, and he got like annihilated. But that's not the point. We don't need to talk about that. The Wild ended up winning that game, but he let up 4 goals and 18 shots. Fleury came in and they scored 4 goals and won the game. So yeah, but I just think the Avalanche is just a bad matchup for the Jets. And I think when it comes down to it, I think they're gonna actually end up playing in the second round, which I'll go over my playoff bracket for the end of the season tomorrow. So there's that. But I think the Avalanche is just a bad matchup for the Jets. The Jets are gonna have to play a team that is significantly better in the special teams, and they're not significantly better than the Avalanche's special teams. They're on par for sure. The defense of the Avalanche has been great in the last couple games. But the Jets are no slouches. I could see the Jets winning the series. I just don't see it happening, sadly, for the Jets. Wild hosting the Stars in the 7-game series. The Stars are on like a 5-game win streak or something like that. They're starting to find their groove. This team's looking very, very contenders. That's not a word, but I just made it a word now. Compared to the Wild, who are on about a 4-game win streak, maybe even 5 at this point. It ends today, but that's not the point. Came back from the Blues down 4-2. Came back 1-6-4. They're very resilient. I forgot to mention, this whole thing is assuming everybody's healthy. So I think the Wild are I know the Wild are a very, very dangerous team when fully healthy. They proved it time and time again. Gustafsson can stay consistent, which he had been this season, but he needs to pick it up a little bit as of late. And Kaprizov can really play out of his mind and really carry that offense. I think this Wild team could beat the Stars for sure, but I think I'm going to take the Stars to win this series in about 7 games. My reason being is the offense of the Stars is more consistent. The Stars do not need one singular player to carry the offense. The defense, the Wild might get the slight edge. I do like Otter a lot, and I really like Phil Gustafsson a lot, so that might be pretty evenly matched, especially these pretty evenly matched. These teams are pretty evenly matched, but the Stars have way more playoff experience and they'll have way better playoff pedigree, and I think that's really what's going to get them over the edge in this series in 7 games. Face the Avalanche. The Knights take on the Canucks, and if it ended today, the Knights would beat them in like 5 games. But assuming by the end, if this is the exact playoff bracket by the end of the season, it probably would be at about 6 games. The Canucks, I think it's bad. They have Quentin Hughes, and that's about it. Assuming Phil Perron is healthy, they have great first pairing. The bottom 4 defensively is terrible. They don't look like they want to play. They don't. And the goaltenders can only do so much. So in the Knights, offense have been through the roof this season. Aiden Hill's been playing great. They have top 5 most block shots in the league. They're playing great in all cylinders besides the high danger shots. Trust me, we'll talk about that in the second round series that they'll have to face up against. And yeah, they're looking like a flat out better team in every single aspect. The Oilers take on the Kings. And I'm taking the Oilers here in 5 games. 6 games. I think the Oilers have a million times better star power. Assuming Drew Doughty's back, fully healthy, that's going to play a huge factor in the series. The Kings have been playing great, but it's not enough to give us the Oilers. It's not. I hate to break it to them. They're about to lose the Oilers for the 4th straight year in a row in the first round. That is unfortunate. Heading over to the East. The Leafs take on the Lightning, and this one is a fascinating series. I could see this going both ways. The Lightning are serious contenders. Some people are overlooking the Lightning. This team could win the Cup. I say that now. This team could win the Cup. I'm not going to be surprised if this team does win the Cup. They have all it takes. They have the offense. They have the power play. They have the penalty kill. The defensive depth scares me, but it's been great. Hedman's taken, looking like the 2019 to 2022-ish Hedman. And, like, Vasilevsky's returning pretty dang close to form. And, yeah, the Lightning are looking like top tier contender, but compared to the Leafs, they're scoring at an all-time rate. Joseph Woll, besides today, have been playing out of his mind. He's been playing great. Staal's been playing out of his mind. The defense have been playing great. And with all in all, I think I'm going to give it to the Leafs in 7 games. My main reasoning is because the Leafs host, I know they've been great on the home this season. They're a really, really solid team. Both teams are really solid teams. I'm really excited to see this series if it does happen. I'm taking the Leafs in 7 games here. Do not be surprised if the Lightning win this series. Bruins take on the Panthers. Panthers host. Panthers will win in probably about 6 games. The Bruins are 0-5-1 in the last 6 games as of right now. The offense is inconsistent. The defense is inconsistent. Swayman's been picking it up a lot as of late, and the special teams are inconsistent. This Bruins team is straight out inconsistent. The Panthers are gritty. They're physical. They have the playoff pedigree. They know what it takes to do good in the playoffs. They seem to be the Bruins' kryptonite. And the Panthers are much more consistent. Yes, the Panthers have clear flaws, like the defense is playing bad as of late. And Bob's playing great. And when Bob wasn't playing good, the defense was playing great. So if this team can pull it together, they can win the cup. But we're going to have to see if they can pull it together. Capitals and the Blue Jackets. The Capitals win, honestly, in like 5 games. Capitals dominate them in basically every way. Besides the offense, I think the Blue Jackets' offense is actually good. I think it's pretty decent. It's actually really good, really good. But the defense is horrendous. Goaltending's inconsistent. The Capitals own them in every way, basically. The Devils and the Hurricanes. As soon as I turn my back on the Hurricanes, they decided to upset the Leafs. Not really upset them, but beat them. Come back from 2-0 down early to come back and beat them 6-4. I believe they're 6-4, 6-3 even, I think. But either way, the Devils just lost to the Rangers. But by the way, the Rangers could get in the playoffs. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But I don't know. I think I'm still taking the Devils here in a solid 6 games. I think the offense of the Devils is far more consistent. The defense is both really good. And Markstrom's more consistent than Kucherov. Well, I guess Freddie Anderson, assuming he's healthy. I'm going to say the Devils in 7 games, assuming Freddie Anderson's healthy. 7 games, I'm still taking the Devils here. Going back to the Western Conference, it's the second round here. And I have the Avalanche facing off against the Dallas Stars. The Stars would host. Now, the Avalanche, I'm taking the Avalanche here in 7 games. Reasoning is offense, Avalanche probably. Power play, Avalanche. Penalty kill, pretty dang close. Defense, Avalanche. Goaltending, slight edge to the Stars just because Otter had that playoff experience, but Mackenzie Blackwood's been probably better this season, honestly. More consistent, but Otter's got that playoff experience, so I gotta give it to Otter. But when it matters most, I think this Avalanche team is better than the Stars. I'm actually gonna say the Avalanche in 6 games. I'm gonna say the Avalanche in 6 games. They're better than the Stars. That's when it comes down to. It's not that I don't like the Stars, I just like the Avalanche that much. I really, really like the Avalanche to make some big noise this season. The Canucks, what am I talking about? Yeah, right. They keep playing like this, they ain't doing nothing. The Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers, a rematch of the 2023 second round matchup with the Knights won 6 games. If we take a look at the Knights, their offense is like top 3 in the league, at least top 5. Adin Hill's been playing better than expected. Maybe not statistically wise, but we'll get to the stat that I'm talking about in a minute. If you know, you know. But he's been bailing the Knights out in a lot of different ways this season. The defense of the Knights. This is what concerns me. Yes, they have the top 5 most block shots in the league, which could come in clutch a lot of times in the series, especially in the playoffs. They're one of the most physical teams in the league, which could wear down McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, those guys. That could play a huge factor in this series if this were to happen, which honestly at this rate is definitely going to happen. It's gonna help them a lot. But what's really going to hurt them is they have the 4th most high danger shots against. Well, you might say, well, they're probably going to fix it by the end of the season. You don't know that. And assuming they don't fix that by the end of the season, they got the Oilers over here with McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman. They're going to make them pay. McDavid's not going to miss that many high danger opportunities. Neither is Draisaitl, neither is Hyman. It's not going to happen. Hill can only bail his team out in front of the net so many times this season until it catches up to them and the Oilers capitalize. They're going to have their game plan to exploit that weakness of the Vegas Golden Knights roster, and if they're able to do that to perfection, I could see this team beating them. I'm taking the Oilers in 7 games, and it all matters most, I think it's going to be McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman show. That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion. Now, if you go over to the Eastern Conference, we got the Leafs hosting the Panthers. Ooh, man. The Panthers, we got to defend the Stanley Cup champions here. They've been better than the Leafs. They've been more physical than the Leafs in the past. They've had a better defense, but none of those things are true. I think they could be probably more physical than the Leafs, but they don't have a better defense. They don't. Chris Tanev, Albert Ekman have been huge for them. Logan Riley does need to step it up, but still. Dick McKay's been great. She's going to be back pretty soon. Really glad she's okay. And just and Stolarz and Woll have been two great starter-worthy goalies. And net, the offense is scoring at the highest rate it's been all season. I think they're able to keep that up, especially going into the playoffs. Is going to be huge for the Leafs, and they've really able to fix a lot of holes that they've had against teams like the Panthers and Bruins and those more physical teams. If we look at the Panthers side here, the offense has been basically the only consistent thing throughout the season. It's been great. The offense has been great. The defense was playing great, and then Bob wasn't playing great. And then now Bob playing great, and the defense isn't playing great. They need to get both to click at the same time. Their special teams have been great. I'll say that's pretty consistent too. But the defense and goaltending needs to stay more consistent. Bobrovsky's got to be tired. He has back-to-back Stanley Cup runs, and then all the way through the regular season at this point. He's got to be tired. He's got to be not washed up. He's got to be a little bit worn down. If you look, it's really a good, even matchup. The offense is pretty even. Defense, pretty even, probably. Maybe slight edge to the Leafs on paper, but we'll have to see how they do come playoff time. The goaltending situation, this is what really, really is interesting. It's going to be Stolarz and Woll, probably going to split the games, versus Sergei Bobrovsky. I'm actually going to take the Leafs goaltending tandem because the Bobrovsky is so worn down. I think that's going to really play a factor. Special teams are both pretty even. They're both great special teams. I think when it matters most, the Leafs are going to find a way to get it done, and the Leafs win 7 games, back-to-back Game 7 series winners, and they go to the conference finals to play the winner of the Capitals hosting the Devils in the second round. Now, this series could go either way, to be 100% honest with you. The defense of both these teams, I might give the slight edge of the Capitals. Just the way they're able to suffocate teams in all 3 zones is really impressive. Logan Thompson's one of, if not the most underrated goalies in the entire NHL. He can steal a game. He's done that multiple times this season. He can steal a playoff series. For sure. And the offense has been great this season. I think he's going to start dying down a little bit, but it's still been good, and it's been showing signs of dying down a lot for sure. Special teams have been great, so yeah. But compared to the Devils, the offense is super consistent. The defense has been good. Markstrom's been great. Special teams have been great, but if they've been kind of inconsistent. They seem to be going on great streaks and then terrible streaks at the same time. It's really interesting. Let's see the series. I think it's going to go to 7 games in Washington. I think it's going to come down to the Game 7 here. Both teams are very solid. Both teams are going to want to do it. The divisional rivals. But I'm taking the Devils to 7 games here. There's something about this Devils offense that's more consistent in my eyes compared to the Washington Capitals that I think they're going to find a way to get it done. Okay, so the conference finals are set. You can't see them visually here because you can't see that, but you can't really fix that. But it's the Leafs versus the Devils. Eastern Conference Finals. Western Conference Finals are going to be the Colorado Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers. Let's go over to the Western Conference Finals first. Rematch of 2022 Western Conference Finals of the Avalanche swept the Oilers. The Avalanche. This team's on fire right now. Mackenzie Blackwood's had like a 930 save percentage or something crazy save percentage since he's been joining them. He's great. I trust Blackwood a lot. The defense of the Avalanche has been worse than what it can be, but I think it's been picking it up a lot. I think it's going to pick it up even more. And the offense of the Avalanche has been off the charts. Power play off the charts, especially as of late. The penalty kill has been great. If you look at the Edmonton Oilers, the offense has been great. Stuart Skinner is my main problem with the Oilers. Is he's inconsistent, but if he can send a consistent groove, he's a great goalie if he can stay consistent. The defense of the Oilers have been shockingly good this season, for sure. The power play has been great, especially as of late, and the penalty kill is a big flaw. I think the Avalanche are going to take advantage of that poor Oilers penalty kill. They're going to score quite a few power play goals during this series, and I think outside of that, they're pretty evenly matched in every single way. But I think with the Avalanche going to score quite a few power play goals, they're going to exploit that bad Oilers penalty kill. They're going to get it done when it matters most, and Nathan McKinnon's going to topple McDavid once again. They're going to Stanley Cup Final in 7 games. Avalanche going to Stanley Cup Final in 7 games. That's how confident I am in this Avalanche team. They're a nasty team. Now, if we go over to the Toronto Maple Leafs hosting the New Jersey Devils in the Eastern Conference Finals. Leafs, man, this team is going in the highest offensive rate to have all season. The defense has been great. Both goaltenders have been great. They're probably going to split games. Sutton's been great too. Similar to the Devils, the offense has been consistent throughout the entire season up to this point. The defense has been great. Markey's been great in net. Special teams have been great. These teams are evenly matched. Both of these teams could win this series. This series can also go either way, honestly. And I think when it matters most, I think I'm going to put my trust in the New Jersey Devils to get it done. I think it's going to go to Game 7. I think the Leafs are going to go to 3 Game 7s these playoffs, and they're going to fail in the third Game 7. Give me the Devils in 7 games to move on to the Stanley Cup Final. That's my take. That is my take. I think the Devils can find a consistent groove. I feel like every time I pick a team to win the Stanley Cup, they decide to just go on a bad streak. What is up? The Hurricanes, I said, you know what, I don't let them. They decided to win today. They decided to smack the Leafs. We go to the Devils here, now they're deciding to go on a bad streak and lose to the Rangers. Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, now if we go to the Stanley Cup Finals. Devils are going to host the Avalanche. Offense, probably the Avalanche. I don't know, man. They're both such good offenses. Defense, the Avalanche. Goaltending, probably Markstrom. When it matters, back was a great goalie. Power play, pretty even. Penalty kills, even probably. And I am going to take the God dang it. I've compared them. I think my gut's telling me Avalanche. My heart, not because I want them to win, but because of what I said before. And I hate to keep changing my Stanley Cup Final prediction winners, but it just changes so much throughout the season. My gut's telling me Avalanche, my brain's telling me Avalanche, but my heart's telling me the Devil, just because I don't like to change a pick over and over again. I think the Avalanche edge out the Devils in basically every category. In every category, but pretty dang close. They're really exposing the Wild right now, which is kind of funny, honestly. But that's beyond the point right now. But if you look at the Avalanche here, they had the tool. They have what it takes. They're on 7-2-1 in the last 10. This team's great. If you compare to the Devils, who are only 4-5-1 in the last 10, that's pretty rough. I think I'm going to take the Avalanche in probably about 7 games. Either 6 or 7 games, but I think I'm going to give it 7 games. I think the Avalanche is the best team in hockey right now. I'm going to say that. If you match the Avalanche with every single team in the NHL, they probably have a better chance of winning that game than the other team they're facing, in my opinion. They're just that good, especially in the series. Yeah. The Avalanche. I don't know. It could be the Devils, though. I think the Devils are very, very solid. I have them going to the Stanley Cup Final. They might win it next season. I think next season, the Orioles are going to win it. 2026 is probably going to be either the Stars or the Devils, probably. Probably the Devils. Either the Stars, I'm not quite sure. Probably the Devils. 2027 is probably the Stars. 2028 is probably the... I don't know. Probably like the 2028 is probably going to be the... Did the Leafs finally get it done? Yeah, no. Hurricanes probably. 2028 probably the Hurricanes. 2029, I'm gonna take the San Jose Sharks. No, I'm kidding. Maybe next year, but 2029. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take the Sharks. 2029, 2030, Canadians. 2031, Blackhawks. For real. 2032 is probably gonna be the Canadians again. 2033, Ducks. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Yeah. The Ducks are gonna take another 8 years to win a cup. Jeez. They're about to be going in the new rebuild after 8 years. They're about to finish the rebuild now. They'll be going into another rebuild in 8 years. Okay. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it for this podcast episode. Hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. Have a great day, night. Watch us live. Watch us after 11. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you watch us. Have liked this video if you haven't already. Like your channel if you haven't already. Turn post notifications to your channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode 14 of season 8. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the halfway point of season 8. Almost to season 9 already. That's crazy. And yeah, tomorrow will be my playoff bracket prediction for the end of the season. I'll see you guys then. Peace.